Yo, what is good? I am Richie Kim and welcome back to Richie Revs. I'm sure at least some of you have seen my previous video of going back to the stock or Oem Axleback with the Valvetronic single mid. And you know, I've had the car, I've driven the car for a few more days now, kind of to, you know, collect my thoughts about how it sounds and what I want to do. Yeah, so I've decided I really don't like the sound. It just doesn't have a great tone. I will say, like, in the higher RPMs, it's not as bad, but it still definitely just has this like very stock tone that I really don't like. So I am putting the Valvetronic Axleback back on the M3. I'm actually on my way to SSR right now. They're the ones who are going to be doing the install. I've been told by some people over at Valvetronic that SSR is actually one of the places that can get the fitment like perfect. So that's where I'm going to get it done. So hopefully it doesn't take too long. You know, I already have the Valvetronic Axleback pretty much assembled. They will have to like kind of mess with it though to get that fitment correct. But yeah, I mean, once it goes on, you know, I won't have to deal with this terrible sound anymore. And I'll you know, I can actually enjoy driving this car again. Not that I don't enjoy it, right? But the sound really does make a difference in terms of the driving experience, and the Valvetronic just sounds so much better. So we'll see how it sounds after it's done. Hopefully, I mean, it should sound the same as before. But yeah, the single mid-pipe and Oem Axleback, it might be good for people who don't want something too loud, or they want to keep it, you know, looking OEM with some increased sound. But at this point, like, I say screw it. Like, I think my neighbors will get over it. And as far as, like, you know, getting a ticket or whatever, and in my personal opinion, I think, at least with, you know, my personal experience with cops, if you're not driving like an asshole, I don't think you're gonna have a problem. So I'm just gonna hope that, you know, I never get a ticket for the exhaust. But, you know, we'll see when, you know, but, you know, we'll see the longer I have this car. But yeah, I mean, just for me, like, I really can't deal with the way the exhaust sounds now. So I am going to be going back to the Valvetronic Axleback. So, all right, so it's actually the next day. I've had the Valvetronic Axleback on for, I guess, you know, the past 24 hours or so. Super happy to finally have it back on. It sounds so much better. Just the overall tone of the Valvetronic Axleback paired with that Valvetronic single mid-pipe just completely blows the OEM or stock Axleback out of the water. Like, honestly, the sound difference is night and day. It just, I don't know. I feel like the OEM Axleback has like this almost kind of like a tin can kind of sound. And I really didn't like that. But the Valvetronic is back on and it sounds freaking amazing. Like, even just cruising around with the valves open in like the comfort mode or whatever, sounds great. I'll put it in my M2 mode so we can see what it sounds like. That'll definitely sound more aggressive. But yeah, I mean, look at this guy, this Andy, driving his Golf R. He loves that thing. Finally hit 1,200 miles. He's gonna do like oil change and then he can like bang on it for real. So it should be fun. But right now we're actually going to a meet. I forget who's hosting, and I have no idea what type of cars are going to be there. But oh yeah, that sounds so much better. The burbles sound more aggressive. And it sounds cleaner, I think, too. Not just more aggressive, but cleaner. Also, the car now, it doesn't look like it has a freaking diaper on. You know, I'll probably show you a little clip of you know, what the exhaust looks like from the outside again. The Valvetronic is back on, as you all can see. Looks good. The tips are pretty even. There's still like some slight imperfection, but either way, it's way better than, you know, the Oem Axleback. But yeah, you know, here's just a quick look of like what it looks like. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna keep this specific video pretty, you know, short and sweet. I think I'll leave the actual meat content for another video. But yeah, you know, I just want to let you all know, I couldn't stand the Oem Axleback that much, that I had to go ahead and switch back to the Valvetronic. And it was a great decision, even though it hurts the wallet a little bit, because, you know, I did have to pay for the installs both times. But yeah, it's a lesson well learned. And yeah, if you all are ever debating between getting just a mid-pipe versus, you know, a full system, I would honestly probably recommend you just get the full system. And this doesn't go just for Valvetronic. This is probably going to be the case for most of the aftermarket exhaust systems out there. Just like any mid-pipe compared with the Axleback, the Oem Axleback, it just doesn't sound great. Unless you're going for something that's, you know, kind of quiet or not too loud, then maybe a mid-pipe change with the Oem Axleback is for you. But for me, and probably for a lot of other people, you know, we want a nicer sounding exhaust, whether that means like louder or the tone is different. And if that's the case, you know, definitely just go ahead and get the full system, because yeah, the Oem Axleback definitely didn't do it for me. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.